AO Production writes, and 171 people gave it a thumbs up. Hey there, Danny, longtime viewer.
Blah, 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 blah.
Tasty little lemon drop, ask you for a favor. My grandpa just passed away, and I'm curious as to what will happen to him now. Dear Danny, what happens after death? Question mark. P.S. Thank you for making my day better. Whoa, dude. Your grandpa just died? That's pretty hardcore. That makes me feel bad. I'm gonna get an ice cream cone. Alright, I'm starting to feel a little bit better. Let's talk about this life after death thing, shall we?
Welcome to the Gradual Report, where we gradually report.
Some people think that you close your eyes and there's just darkness after that. Nothing at all happens. Egyptians believe that your ka would somehow escape your soul. Your earthly deeds would be weighed against the feather of truth, and if you passed, then you were off into the land of the afterlife. And if you didn't pass, Egyptians were pretty preoccupied with death though, weren't they? Then you get the Hindu version of things. You die, come back as a grasshopper or a bug if you were bad, and as another human being further along the path of enlightenment towards nirvana if you were good. It's a good thing that the Hindu people didn't know anything about germs, because then you might come back as syphilis. Although I imagine coming back as syphilis would be kind of cool. Then you get your Catholics, your Christians, your Muslims, and your Jews. They all believe that you go to heaven or you go to hell. Although logistically, it probably doesn't make sense to make heaven all in the same place though, does it? Because, you know, the Muslims and the Jews don't really get along with the Christians and the Catholics, do they? How are they all gonna get along in heaven? They're probably all gonna meet up in the big Central Park for a Michael Jackson concert. They're all gonna be looking at each other being like, who's that black guy on stage? Too soon? Was it too soon? I put him in heaven and I'm eating ice cream. It's not too soon, it's just the right amount of time. And then there's lots of people that think that they've already been there and come back. And some doctors have taken these first account stories of the life thereafter and compiled them into a book, appropriately titled Life After Life. Published in 1975, the stories were collected by a Dr. Raymond Moody. It seems that everyone sees a white light and heads toward it for some reason. One interesting story involved a 70-year-old blind woman who was able to tell the doctor what color suit he was wearing because she had an out-of-body experience. Was it true? I don't know, but it causes me to pause. You see, in most stories of the people who have died clinically and come back, the Christians tend to see angels and Jesus Christ. Muslims tend to see Allah or Muhammad. And non-religious people tend to figures clothed in white, or just feel a presence, but not actually see a person. But a lot more other people that die clinically and come back have absolutely no experience to share with us whatsoever. Final summation. There are so many conflicting stories about what happens to you after you die that it's impossible to know which one is true. But I know one thing that is definitely true, and that is someday you will find out. Because assuredly as you are alive, son, you will die. But try not to think about that and make the most of your life while you're here on Earth. As Grandpa used to say, put some salt on that ice cream. It's too sweet. Ignore the white light. Subscribe. And ice cream does solve a lot of the world's problems. If they bombed countries with ice cream instead of bombs, I think that would do a lot to pacify the war situation that's going on. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. You gotta know what I mean.